Imagine a quiet Japanese town in the 1960s. Narrow streets, bathed in the warm glow of lanterns lit to wooden houses adorned with traditional tiled roofs. In the distance, the sound of cicadas fills the air, and an evening mist slowly envelops the rice fields, covering everything with a delicate, almost ethereal veil. This is Ebisugaoka, a place that at first glance seems idyllic, as if taken straight from a nostalgic postcard. But something is wrong. The fog thickens, and strange sounds begin to emerge from within, rustling, whispers, and sometimes something that resembles a distant, inhuman scream. Soon, the picturesque scenery gives way to a nightmare where beauty intertwines with horror, and the boundary between reality and dream becomes terrifyingly fluid. Welcome to Silent Hill F, the latest installment of the iconic series, which after years of absence has returned in grand style and seems determined to carve a permanent place in the minds of modern gamers. This is not just another sequel, remake, or nostalgic rehash of the classics. It's a bold step into the unknown for both the creators and the fans. For the first time in the series' history, we are leaving the foggy streets of the American town of Silent Hill and moving to an entirely new setting and era, Japan in the 1960s. The question is, will this change in location and atmosphere be a stroke of genius or a controversial move that divides fans and sparks heated debates within the gaming community? One thing is certain, Silent Hill F is a project that is already generating immense excitement and raising more questions than it answers. From its initial announcement at the Silent Hill transmission event in October 2022, Silent Hill F has remained shrouded in mystery. Konami, long criticized for neglecting its legendary franchise, especially after the painful cancellation of Silent Hills by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, decided to go all out this time. The presentation revealed not just one, but several new projects, including a Silent Hill 2 remake, the interactive series Silent Hill Ascension, the experimental adventure Silent Hill Townfall, and the free-to-play game Silent Hill The Short Message. However, Silent Hill F, a brand new, full-fledged entry in the series, immediately drew the most attention because it promises something the series has never attempted before. A fusion of Silent Hill's signature psychological horror with a completely new setting, culture, and aesthetic. For a long time, Konami kept details under wraps, fueling curiosity with a cryptic trailer and a handful of eerie artwork. It wasn't until a recent 40-minute presentation by series producer Motoi Okamoto that some details began to surface. He revealed that the developers aimed to capture the essence of isolation, dread, and psychological horror, the very elements that have defined the series since its inception. It sounds like a promise to return to the franchise's roots while simultaneously introducing something fresh and daring. Will the developers manage to fulfill these ambitious goals? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at the story, setting, gameplay, and the creative minds behind this enigmatic project. At the heart of Silent Hill F is the fictional Japanese town of Ebisugaoka, which in the 1960s becomes the epicenter of supernatural and terrifying events. The game's story follows Shimizu Hinako, an ordinary teenage girl whose life turns into a nightmare when her peaceful town is consumed by a mysterious, dense fog. If you've played previous Silent Hill games, this setup might sound familiar. The fog has always been a hallmark of the series, symbolizing uncertainty, isolation, and impending doom. But this time, the fog does not engulf American suburbia, but rather Japanese alleyways, traditional temples, and misty rice fields, giving the game an entirely new and unique atmosphere. The developers drew inspiration from a real-world location, Kanayama, a district in the town of Gero, Gifu Prefecture. This picturesque yet somewhat isolated place, known for its hot springs and rich history, served as the foundation for Ebisugaoka. Promotional materials showcase how the creators meticulously studied real-life locations, transplanting them into the haunting world of Silent Hill F. However, don't be deceived by the nostalgic scenery. Just like the original Silent Hill, Ebisugaoka soon reveals its sinister side, becoming a labyrinth filled with mysteries, symbols, and nightmares. The 1960s in Japan were a fascinating period, a time of rapid change, as the country rebuilt itself after World War II, merging tradition with modernization. This historical backdrop could play a crucial role in the game's story, exploring tensions between the old and the new, the human and the supernatural. At the center of Silent Hill F is Shimizu Hinako, a young girl who seemingly leads a normal life. The first trailer, revealed in October 2022, made a powerful impression with its unsettling atmosphere and suggestive symbolism. We see Hinako lost, terrified, struggling to find her way in a world that seems to be literally consuming her. A key element of the trailer is the presence of strange red tendrils, slowly wrapping around her body, as if taking control. The imagery is both beautiful and grotesque. The tendrils look almost alive, pulsating like organic entities, hinting at something both natural and malevolent. Another striking visual is the red spider lilies, which hold deep cultural significance in Japan. These flowers symbolize death, separation, and impermanence, and are often planted in cemeteries. Their appearance in the game suggests that Silent Hill F will explore themes of loss, grief, and the inevitability of fate. We also see a headless Jizo statue, Jizo being a Buddhist deity that protects children, travelers, and lost souls. However, a headless Jizo evokes feelings of vulnerability, loss of identity, and shattered protection. This imagery further suggests that Silent Hill F will delve into psychological horror, guilt, fear, trauma, and inner demons, core themes of the series. The promotional tagline for Silent Hill F is, "Find the beauty in terror."
This perfectly encapsulates the game's philosophy, a fusion of horror and poetic aesthetics. The trailers depict landscapes that are both mesmerizing and terrifying. Fields filled with blood-red flowers, misty shrines, and grotesque monsters that resemble works of art. This duality between beauty and horror could be central to the narrative, exploring the idea that even in the darkest corners of the human soul, something beautiful can exist, or that beauty itself can be a source of fear. Every game's success depends on its creative team, and in the case of Silent Hill F, we are dealing with a true mix of talents. Let's take a closer look at the key figures behind this project and consider how their unique styles might shape the final version of the game. The script for Silent Hill F was written by Ryukishi07, a highly regarded Japanese visual novel writer best known for the cult series Higurashi When They Cry. His works are famous for deep psychological analysis, intricate narratives, and an intense, eerie atmosphere, making him an ideal choice to write a new Silent Hill installment. Thanks to his involvement, this could be one of the most emotionally and intellectually demanding entries in the series, forcing players to reflect on the nature of fear, guilt, and the human psyche. The development of Silent Hill F is being handled by Neobards Entertainment, a Taiwanese studio that has previously specialized in remasters and ports, including Resident Evil Resistance and Resident Evil Reverse. Although the studio has experience working on survival horror titles, Silent Hill F is their first original AAA project on such a large scale. This raises some concerns among fans who wonder if Neobards can meet expectations and deliver a game worthy of the series' legacy. On the other hand, their lack of experience in full-fledged AAA game development could work in their favor, especially given the bold new setting. Neobards has the opportunity to approach this project with a fresh perspective without being burdened by past traditions. The biggest challenge will be striking the right balance between classic Silent Hill elements and new ideas, as well as leveraging the potential of Unreal Engine, which powers the game. Character and monster design for Silent Hill F has been entrusted to Kira, a Japanese illustrator known for her work on The Lord of Vermilion and Spirit Hunter. Her style blends grotesque horror with artistic beauty, perfectly aligning with the theme of finding beauty in terror. Trailers have already given us a glimpse of some of her creations, monsters with organic plant-like forms that resemble nightmarish works of art. These creatures could symbolize both nature and human fears, and their design will undoubtedly be one of the strongest aspects of the game. Music has always been an integral part of Silent Hill, and the name Akira Yamaoka, the legendary composer of the series, is almost synonymous with its success. Yamaoka, known for his industrial sounds, ambient backdrops, and melancholic melodies, has confirmed his involvement in Silent Hill F, which has excited longtime fans. His music has always been more than just background noise, it has been a character in itself, shaping the horror and emotional depth of the series. Joining him is Kensuke Inage, a composer known for his work on the Tekken series. Their collaboration is expected to deliver a soundtrack that is both modern and nostalgic, blending classic Silent Hill sounds with new musical ideas. We can safely assume that music in Silent Hill F will not just serve as a background, but as a key narrative tool, enhancing emotional moments and building tension in critical scenes. We can also assume that, as in previous installments, exploration will be a core gameplay element. players will traverse dark, abandoned locations, uncovering clues, items and secrets that will help them understand the story and survive. Trailers suggest that the game's setting will be rich in symbolic locations, including traditional Shinto shrines, probably abandoned schools and fog-covered rice fields. Each location is expected to be more than just a backdrop. It will be an integral part of the narrative, full of details that build the atmosphere and tell a deeper story. The Silent Hill 2 remake, developed using Epic Games' Unreal Engine, has set a high visual benchmark for Silent Hill F. From the latest trailer, Silent Hill F shows promise with atmospheric lighting and intriguing visual effects such as fog and rain, making the world feel more alive. However, there are some noticeable flaws. Textures seems lack of detail, character facial animations are merely passable, and the overall visual presentation feels somewhat artificial. Compared to Bloober Team's work on the Silent Hill 2 remake, Silent Hill F appears visually inferior. However, since Konami has not revealed a release date, the game will likely be in development for next several months, therefore we can hope for significant improvements before launch. The Silent Hill series has always been known for challenging puzzles that force players to think logically and piece together clues. Hopefully, Silent Hill F will continue this tradition. Given the Japanese setting, it's likely that puzzles will be inspired by Japanese folklore and local beliefs. This could give the puzzles a unique and culturally rich flavor, making them stand out from previous games. Unlike Resident Evil, Silent Hill has never been combat focused. Encounters with monsters have always been designed to build tension and emphasize the protagonist's vulnerability. Since the main character is a teenage girl, we shouldn't expect vast arsenal of weapons nor intense action-heavy fights. In fact, both trailers show Hinako avoiding monsters or facing them with a simple metal pipe. This suggests that melee combat and evasion will be the primary survival mechanics. With Konami's renewed commitment to Silent Hill, there's hope that the series is finally receiving the attention it deserves. However, the question remains, is Silent Hill F an exciting new beginning, or a risky experiment that strays too far from the series' roots? One thing is clear, the game is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing horror experiences in recent years. Will it deliver the chilling atmosphere and psychological depth that fans crave? We'll have to wait until release to find out. In the meantime, let me know what you think about what are your expectations. Do you welcome the change in setting, or do you have concerns about this drastic shift? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as I did making it. If you want to stay updated with future videos, subscribe to be the first to see what I have in store. Support my channel by liking, commenting and sharing. And if you'd like, consider supporting all my work through one of the available support options. Thanks again for being here and see you soon. Cheers.